This podcast is part of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. Go to bigheadsmedia.com for more great podcasts.
You know who I can do without? I can do without the people in the video store.
Which ones?
All of them.
This is Massive Late Fee with Mike and Mark.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Massive Late Fee. My name is Mark. With me as always is my co-host Mike. How you doing, Mike?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
Good. We're doing good here at Massive Late Fee. We've got a lot of new things for you to listen to if you're interested. We have our dumpster diving episodes that are every Friday. We have our house reviews, which are every Saturday. Currently, this Saturday you'll hear episode 2 of that, and you know, Mike and I are having fun watching House for you, so you don't have to. Or you can watch it along with us, I guess. But speaking of things that we're probably not going to watch, NBC Universal has unveiled the name of their new streaming service, which is called Peacock. One of the new shows that's going to be on the Peacock network is Dr. Death, starring Jamie Dornan and Alec Baldwin, which is another podcast they've turned into a TV show.
What's it called?
It's called Dr. Death.
Jeez.
It's an adaptation of a chilling podcast that chronicled the downfall of a neurosurgeon responsible for dozens of patients' deaths. Huh.
Sounds like a blast.
Yep, absolutely. The other one I know is Dirty John, which I think is a originally written, like it's a crime story or something like that. But that was also a podcast, and that's a TV show now too. So make a TV show out of Massive Late Fee, guys.
Who would you want to play you?
Oh, Matt Damon, I guess. When I was 18, I looked a little like Matt Damon.
Like the Matt Damon from Team America?
Who would play you?
Idris Elba.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I can see that. So it's about two attractive podcasters, you know, living their lives.
Yep.
So make that movie, NBC. But don't make this. Seriously, I used to love this show, but don't make this. Apparently, one of the things that they're talking about bringing to the NBC Universal streaming service is a Saved by the Bell reboot.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Not with Zach Morris, though, apparently.
What?
Well, I guess, according to Mark Paul Gosselaar, he's on a new television show called Mix-ish, which is on ABC, which is owned by Disney, like Disney owns everything else. And he's like, well, you know, maybe they don't want me on it because it's like competing streaming services or whatever, which doesn't make a ton of sense to me, but no. I don't know. Maybe they just haven't talked to him about it yet. But apparently, Mario Lopez, Mr. Transphobic himself, and Elizabeth Berkley are the two that are going to return. And the plot of this is that Zach Morris, who became governor of California, is facing backlash for closing low-income high schools. And the affected students get sent to the highest-performing schools in the state, including Bayside High. And then this causes a bunch of problems, I guess. So, I don't know. Maybe they're teachers. Slater and Jesse are teachers at the school, maybe, or maybe Jesse's the principal and Slater's the wrestling coach or something like that.
Right.
And
no one besides those two is signed up?
No. So far, that's the only ones
I mean, it's not like anybody else is busy.
Right. I know Lark Voorhees is too busy teasing her hair, I guess.
Right.
I don't know what she's been up to. Have you seen Mr. Belding lately?
Not super recently.
Mr. Belding looks like he ate the max.
Jeez.
Yeah, he's gotten quite large.
He's going to be pretty old now, like in his 70s, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I would think so. The other thing they're talking about rebooting is Punky Brewster.
Why?
I don't know, and I don't know how you do that.
Or who? Why? That makes no sense.
She was an orphan, so I don't get it because what's the story now? The guy that took her in is dead. Brandon, the dog, is dead. Like, why? I don't understand. So okay, so it says that a reboot.
Oh, dumpster diving next week. The episode where she gets caught in the fridge.
Yeah, we should definitely do that.
Yeah.
So let's see, Soleil Moon Frye. She will reprise her role, reportedly now playing a 40-something single mother of 3. And that's it.
Jeez.
That's all they've got.
What? Huh.
It makes no sense to me.
Imagine how many kids you'd have if you hadn't got that breast reduction.
What a crime against humanity. Anyway,
Kinda.
so another big piece of news is that Comcast, which owns NBC Universal, is now reducing the cost of their Flex box from $5 a month to nothing. I guess that this Flex box is what they use instead of Roku or the Fire Stick, the Apple TV thing, Chromecast, all that kind of stuff. So it allows you to get streaming services and things like that. So if you have not cable service, internet service through Comcast, then you can get this box of theirs for free so that you can see NBC's new streaming service.
Yep. So you can watch Saved by the Bell, the reboot, without Mark Paul Gosselaar or anybody else.
Exactly. With just
If your favorite character was AC Slater, then you, Mario Lopez's mom, will be excited.
yeah, exactly. The last bit of news might have George Costanza's mom excited. I think she's still alive. I could have gone easy and went with the dad because I know that Jerry Stiller's still alive.
No, he's not.
Oh, he's dead?
Big time.
Oh, no. I didn't know Jerry Stiller died.
I think he died.
No, R.I.P. Jerry Stiller.
He might be alive.
But Netflix has landed the bidding war for Seinfeld. So apparently now everything is up for grabs when it comes to streaming services. And all these properties like The Office and these other, like The Office and Friends and Seinfeld, these big properties, they're all kind of up for grabs. And Netflix has gotten their hands on Seinfeld, which was on Hulu. That's the last place I remember seeing it. So now it will appear on Netflix.
Man, Netflix is like just giving Jerry Seinfeld all kinds of money.
Yeah, absolutely.
His Comedians in Cars, his stand-up special, now this. Mm-hmm. Jerry Stiller is still alive, by the way. Though I think his wife had passed away. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, okay. Helen or Ann Mira, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, she did die. Yes, 2015. He is 92 years old. Good for you, Jerry Stiller.
Good for you, Jerry Stiller.
So anyway, but yeah, it's I guess Netflix needed a win pretty badly because they're losing The Office, which is a huge, reason people, like to have Netflix, I guess. And they're losing Friends, same thing. I guess a lot of people watch both those reruns on Netflix, and they needed something.
Yeah.
So they got it. But yeah, that's all the news that I have for this week. We will move on to keeping current with Mike. This is where This is where we plumb the depths. Are you ready for this? Because I've got.
Oh, I'm ready.
Okay, I was gonna say I've got something else I can do first, but I'll save it for after this. But we're gonna plumb the depths of celebrity gossip and figure out what's going on in the world. Mike, where are we going?
TigerBeat.com.
Oh my God, Tiger Beat.
Yeah, I don't know if they still make a magazine. When we were younger, they used to always have like a magazine, though.
Oh yeah.
trailer. Sophia Wiley shows off her dance skills in Disney Channel's upcoming Shook.
Sophia Wiley.
I don't know who she is. She's in some movie called Shook.
Okay, well, Sophia Wiley, born January 7th, 2004. She's 15 years old. Is an American actress and dancer known for his role as Buffy Driscoll on the Disney Channel series Andy Mack. Is that like a reboot of Alex Mack?
I have no idea.
It was a show. It was a show created by Terry Minsky. Do you know why that name might be familiar to longtime fans of the show?
Why is that?
Terry Minsky created another show called Lizzie McGuire.
Yeah.
So it's a show she created. Went from 2017 to 2019. I guess this Sophia Wiley was third build on this cast. Let's see, what's the plot of it? On the night of her 13th birthday, Andy Mack's world is turned upside down when she discovers that the woman whom she believed to be her sister, Bex, is actually her mother. Wow.
Jeez.
So this is Jack Nicholson's life story.
Yeah, and Bobby Darin.
Yeah. Andy joins her middle school frisbee team to get close to Jonah, whom both she and her best friend Cyrus are developing romantic feelings for, until she discovers that Jonah is her brother.
Jeez.
No, I'm just joking.
Huh.
Jonah's got a high school girlfriend named Amber, though.
Nice.
So that's season 1. That's what happened in season 1. Well, good for her, I guess. I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on with this.
Our next headline: which Johnny Orlando song is your all-time favorite? Question mark. Is it What If, Sleep, Last Summer, or Waste My Time?
Well, he sounds like a waste of my time. Johnny Orlando, is he Tony Orlando's son?
I don't believe so.
Johnny Orlando, John Vincent Johnny Orlando. That's his real name. His real name is Johnny Orlando.
Huh.
He is 16 years old and is a Canadian singer, songwriter, and actor.
Ugh.
He was born in Mississauga, Ontario.
Ugh.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, let's see. Orlando first received attention on social media by posting covers of pop songs by artists such as Austin Mahoney, whoever that is, and Justin Bieber.
I think Austin Mahoney is Post Malone. No, that's not right.
I don't know.
He's like Awesome Post or something.
Well, anyway, so... Oh, he was in... Wait. Are you kidding me? So this Johnny Orlando kid was Pinocchio in the 2012 live-action Pinocchio. Weird. Or no, I guess he did the voice. Wasn't that... No, I'm thinking of Jonathan Taylor Thomas. But that was before, right? I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's Lion King.
He was also on a couple episodes of Super Y.
I did not care for that show.
He was... He's on a web show called Chicken Girls.
Huh.
Is
Is that produced by Mark McKinney?
Is that... no, I think it's Chicken Head Girls.
Ah.
It's a teen drama starring Annie LeBlanc, who is Mark LeBlanc's daughter, I'm sure.
I don't know who Mark LeBlanc is.
He was Joey on Friends.
Oh.
Did I say Mark? I meant Matt.
Matt LeBlanc.
Matt LeBlanc. Oh, she's not. I don't know who she is. But anyway, Chicken Girls. The ensemble story follows a group of dancers known by their pet name, the Chicken Girls. Haven't we talked about this before, didn't we? Didn't we talk about?
know.
I think we talked about the Chicken Girls at some point.
It sounds familiar, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because season 1's episodes are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then Halloween.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, we talked about the Chicken Girls I'm sure of it.
Our next headline, ripped from the headlines. Buzz, watch Annie and Haley LeBlanc premiere the first season of Annie vs. Haley, season 2. First episode.
Well, Annie LeBlanc's from that Chicken Girls thing.
Yeah, so there you go.
Haley LeBlanc, I don't know who that is. Probably.
It must be her sister.
Or her daughter.
I don't know, they both look like they're children.
Well, I guess, let's see. Annie LeBlanc is 14, so.
Yeah, she looks like that age.
I'm hoping it's not her daughter.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Let's see. I don't know. There's just other stuff about her.
Huh. Yeah, so that's get looking forward to that, whatever that is. Mm-hmm. Back to you, Mark.
All right. So, before we get to the Parents Guide game, this won't be, an every episode occurrence, but I thought it would be fun to go and do some quizzes with Mike here. So I've got one from Zimbio.com. It's it's funny because most of the time these quizzes are like no one can get 100% or stuff like this. This one sets you up for failure. I think sets you up to feel like an asshole. Every fan should be able to ace this super easy Game of Thrones quiz.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. So, first question. Who is this? And it's just a picture of Olenna Tyrell.
Olenna Tyrell.
That is correct. What's the home of House Lannister? And then I have. If you need choices, I have choices.
Sure, go ahead.
Casterly Rock.
That's it, Casterly Rock.
Yeah, that's right. All blank must die.
Men.
Yep, that is correct. Who is this? And it's just a picture of Drogon.
Drogon.
That's right. Here's another. Who is this? You wanna take a guess? Here, I'll try to explain it to you.
How about you describe them?
It's a young-looking guy with what appears to be. I mean, it's not quite a pentagram. It's more like a sun with a bunch of things on it, sort of like stamped right in the middle of his head.
Oh, that's Lancel. What's his name?
Lannister.
Lannister.
Correct. Oh, now there's an ad for Dr. Phil. How many dragon eggs does Daenerys take into the fire?
3.
Correct. Whose brother is this? And it's just a picture of Sansa's brother, whose name I can't remember.
Is it Rob?
Yeah, I think so.
Sansa, or I mean, you could say there's a bunch of people's. The Starks like to fuck.
Yes, they do. Absolutely. Was Tyrion married before Sansa? Yes or no?
Yeah, yes, he was.
That is correct. You're doing well so far. Arya is one of these assassins. The Faceless Men, the Gold Cloaks.
Yeah, Faceless Men.
Yeah, you got it. Who hates Jon Snow? Is there just one that says everyone? No, I'm just joking.
Right.
Samwell Tarly, Jaime Lannister, Robb Stark, Alistair Thorne.
There you go, Thorne.
Yeah, that's right.
Thorne.
Are there ice spiders on Game of Thrones?
I don't know if there are on the show, but I think there are in the book.
Well, according to this, it's no.
Huh.
Okay, so it's another who is this? So who is this? It's a bald guy looking slightly concerned.
Is it Davos?
Saying, "My name is Lord Varys."
Is it Varys?
Yeah, that's right. How is King Robert killed?
By a boar.
That's right. A boar gores him. A Borgor.
A Borgor. Boom, 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 boom.
Who is this? And it's a picture of a really weird-looking guy with a bunch of horns coming off his head, very icy. With
the Night's King.
Yeah, that's correct. What's the sigil of House Greyjoy?
It's the Kraken.
Correct. Whose sister is this? And it's Cersei Lannister. So whose sister?
Tyrion and Jaime Lannister.
Yeah, it just Tyrion's not on here. It just says Jaime, but yeah.
Well,
could also say who does she like to fuck?
Jeez.
A blank always pays his debts.
Lannister.
Yep. What is blank may never die.
What is dead may never die.
Yep. That's also right. Where is Oberyn from?
He is from the Kingdom of Dorne.
That is correct. Who is Arya's dancing master?
Ah, shit. What's that fucking guy's name? This is a multiple choice?
Yeah, they're all multiple choice.
Yeah, give me the choice. I'll be able to get it with the multiple choice.
Syrio,
that's it. Syrio.
Pharrell.
I can't remember his last That's it, yep. Syrio is correct.
Are there goblins on Game of Thrones?
No.
Correct. What's the name of Arya's sword?
Needle.
Yep. Oh, by the way, I want to point out because we're getting close to being done, but I want to point out before we're done, Carol and I have decided to watch Game of Thrones from the beginning. She actually rented it from the library, and because she's never seen any of it before. So, and I've seen a lot of it. I wouldn't say all of it, but I've seen probably most of it at this point in preparation for when we did the last season of Game of Thrones. But it's really interesting to kind of go through and watch it like slower, let things sink in.
Yeah.
How is Walder Frey killed?
By Arya. She stabs him, I believe.
Yep. Arya cuts his throat.
Yeah.
Where is Littlefinger from?
The little fingers.
Yeah. It just says the fingers, but yeah.
Yeah.
How many children does Cersei have?
Oh, shit. She's got 1, 2, 3, I think. Well, she's pregnant as well, so she has 4, I guess. But she has Tommen, Joffrey, and I can't remember the girl's names with an M.
Zimbio apparently takes a stand on where life begins because they say 3. So
yeah.
So that child she's pregnant with, not hers yet.
Thanks, Emil. Appreciate it.
It's really, really hard to describe this guy. This is another Who Is This? It's Stannis. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how else to describe him.
Nice.
What disease did Shireen once have?
Grayscale.
Correct. The night is blank and full of terrors.
And that is dark and full of terrors.
That's correct. Big head cardboard cutouts. Oh wait, no, sorry. Another ad. Which hand does Jaime Lannister lose?
I think it's his right hand.
Correct.
If not, I think I know the answer.
I don't know who this is. This is gonna be hard.
Oh, no.
I know the answer, but I'm not sure who this guy is. Is this guy a Targaryen? It's a very old guy with white hair, balding.
Yeah, it is. It's Aerion Targaryen, the maester from the Wall.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's who it is. I knew it was correct. I knew he was a Targaryen, but I couldn't remember his name. Where does Arya go after leaving the Hound?
She finally makes her way to Bravos.
That is correct. Where is Brienne from?
Tarth.
Right. Her name is literally Brienne of Tarth.
Right.
Name one of Jon Snow's girlfriends.
Egret.
Yep. So they have Sansa on here, which is so weird because it's his sister. Well, half sister, but still. Well, yeah, I guess that's true. He does later sleep with his aunt.
Yeah, that's true.
How does Tormund get so strong?
Oh, I don't know that one.
He eats snow every day.
What?
Suckled a giant's teat as a
Oh
child.
yeah, giant's teat. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a giant's suckle a giant's teat. That's what they call them, giants. But anything
How is Summer killed?
by the she's executed by the Hound, I think.
Well,
No, Ned does it, I believe.
so it's here we've got Snow freezes him, eaten by polar bear, White skid him, he's not killed.
Which one is Summer?
I don't know.
I don't know if not killed then, because I think that's I don't know whose dog that is.
Oh, it's the last question too. It's not right. White skid him. You got 97%. It says your throne, your highness. Great score. You've proven yourself worthy, but you didn't get 100%, so you should feel like a dumbass.
No shit.
Oh, but yeah, that was the quiz. I thought it was kind of fun. We could do that every once in a while. But I thought the Game of Thrones ones was right up your alley.
Yeah.
So now, before we get into our main topic, we will do our IMDb game.
And then our advertisement.
Yeah. We had some good feedback from doing it the different way this week.
Okay.
So we'll try it again. People seem to. I had a couple emails saying like, oh, because people were excited that they were like, oh, I got it before Mark did, or I got it before Mike did, and they were like, like they could play along with us. So they enjoyed that. So I get where you guys are coming from. So I'll go first with mine. This is under violence and gore. Oh, shit. I should not have picked this one. There is so many things that gives this stuff away. Okay. So one of the main characters sneaks up on a man and a guard and repeatedly whacks the guard with a baton before breaking the man's arm with it and hitting him on the back of the knees so he falls.
Universal Soldier?
No. Let's see.
Clue number 2.
Under profanity, douchebag is said once, and they star it out. like why?
What letter do they start out?
So it's D star 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 E B H E.
Jeez.
Frequent use of shit, which is none of the rest of this is started out, by the way. Frequent use of shit, about 12 uses of fuck, motherfucker, and fucking, not in a sexual context. Ass, damn, hell, dick, bitch, and bastard are also used. Dipshit and dickwad are used.
Jeez. Beavis and Butthead Do America?
No. Clue 3. I'll give you both under alcohol, drugs, and smoking. A man in a bar is smoking a cigar, and then one of the main characters is shown smoking a cigarette in a couple of scenes.
Out of Sight.
No. Okay, so frightening and intense scenes. The ending is very sad and emotional. Is that like intensity? I guess.
Leaving Las Vegas?
No. Some intense and often one-sided fights.
The Punisher.
No. The mouth stabbing scene may frighten some.
I really have no idea. Reservoir Dogs.
No. Here's another frightening and intense scene. A dog is killed, which may upset some animal lovers, and then in parentheses, uncut version only.
Is this The Watchmen?
No. Let's go to sex and nudity. In a scene in a mental institution, one of the character's breasts are highly visible beneath a very thin t-shirt.
12 Monkeys?
No. Let's see. One of the characters walks into a bar nude. No nudity is shown. A couple ladies look him up and down.
Oh, okay, this is Terminator 2.
Correct. I like that you got it when the Terminator's dick was out.
Oh my god, my friend Matt is he's obsessed with the parts in the first few Terminators when you can like see their ball sacks. He's really like up to date on that.
He's got that conspiracy theory string connecting ball sack to ball sack.
Right.
You see the continuity here in Schwarzenegger's scrotum.
Right.
As he took more steroids, it's gotten smaller.
Let's see. Clue number 1.
All right.
The use of goddamn in this isn't actually saying the word, but a character says God and then takes a second or two break and says damn.
Dogma.
No.
Okay.
A character asks another if he believes in God. The character says never met him, which is not sure if he doesn't or has never met him. The other character says, well, I do, and I love Jesus too.
Saved?
No, that is a good movie, though.
Yeah, I like that movie too. Carol introduced me to that movie. 2
uses of the word dick, many uses of hell, which are mostly referred to in the biblical sense.
Constantine?
No.
Okay.
In one scene, the main characters fall into a fissure.
The Gate?
No. Sorry, the one clue was just like the worst.
That's okay.
One of the characters tells another character, I want you inside me, in more of a joking way, not in a suggestive or sexual way.
Holy shit. Oh, All of Me with Lily Tomlin and
No.
Martin, or no, not Martin Short, Steve Martin.
No.
It's a good movie.
One of the characters wears an erotic, sexy orange lingerie short dress.
Sexy and erotic lingerie short dress. Orange. Huh. I don't know. Oh, wow, I don't know. From Dusk Till Dawn?
No.
Okay.
One of the characters asks a middle-aged woman if she is menstruating. The same character refers to a man as dickless. The man doesn't notice what he says and goes on to what they were talking about and says, is it true? The character says, yes, this man has no dick. Which both of these are not noticeable if you aren't paying attention.
At some point in this movie, because I think I know what movie it is now. At some point in this movie, they have oh yeah, okay. So I guess they do have a conversation about God. Now I remember, because they're talking about like the end of days and stuff like that, right? So is it Ghostbusters?
Yes.
Okay.
My next clue, which I made up, was going to be that it has a very brief cameo by Ron Jeremy.
It does. Very brief. It's true. This man has no dick. That's such a great line. Oh, all right. Well, that was another successful version of the IMDb game. Now, we will move on to an ad.
Advertisements.
So, last week, we talked about... I'm just vamping for time because I didn't... didn't check what it was again this week.
I think it was the Donnie Darko podcast.
That's correct, yes. It was the podcast all about Donnie Darko. Oh, that was one of the best. That was one of the best like tangents I think we've gotten on in this show ever. Oh, Donnie Darko.
Patrick Swayze was a pedophile.
Oh, my God. Yeah, he was. That's true.
In the movie.
Yeah. So...
And also in Dirty Dancing, because wasn't she like 16 and he's like in his 30s?
No kidding. Nobody puts baby in a corner. Come on now.
Or were they not like having like a romantic relationship? I don't remember that movie.
No, they were definitely going to fuck. And she was like 16 and he was like 30.
Yeah.
So anyway, what we're doing this week is not something that has to do with pedophilia, I don't think. Although I suppose they could if they wanted to do a documentary on pedophilia. But this is one of my favorite podcasts on the network, actually. It's Docs That Rock out of Ireland. It's Sharita Sheeds. You know them. They're the best. Tracy and Sharita are great, and I love their show. They talk all about documentaries. From everywhere. It's on Netflix and the theaters. They go to different award shows and stuff like that.
What about mockumentaries?
Maybe they should branch out into This Is Spinal Tap and Best in Show and stuff like that. Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But this is Docs That Rock.
This is Docs That Rock with Tracy Ferguson
and Sharita Darcy, a weekly podcast where we review the best documentaries on the planet.
We watch separately and we review together. So if you love documentaries, this is the podcast for you. Go to bigheadsmedia.com for more great podcasts.
So that was Docs That Rock.
Google Mocks That Rock. Write that down.
There you go. Mocks That Rock. Yeah, we'll start that. Oh, Donnie Darko's The Rock. So this week, Mike and I saw the Between Two Ferns, the movie, available on Netflix for anyone that wants to watch it. Mike, what did you think of Between Two Ferns, the film?
I mean, I thought it was alright. There were definitely some funny parts, but it felt like it took my favorite part of the whole franchise, which was the interviews, and just really cut them down quite a bit. And then the rest was like kind of like a sprawling, not really quite focused road like comedy.
Sometimes I hate agreeing with you so much. I mean, like we have similar personalities and kind of like we have similar tastes and things. And sometimes I think to myself, the show might be more interesting if we disagreed more. But I had the exact same thought through much of the movie. And I'm going to guess that a lot of people are going to share that thought as well. But like I had the same thought of you as you because, they're going through, like the premise of the movie is that they're going on the road. He's got to find 10 celebrities to interview over the next 2 weeks in order to get his own talk show. Yeah, that's all he's ever wanted.
Hey, can I say that at this point I'm just very over Will Ferrell?
Oh yeah, me too.
He's playing him. He actually does. I think it's him, and I think Adam McKay are the two owners of Funny or Die. I could be wrong. Yeah, but so he actually is. He's actually playing himself because he's one of the owners of Funny or Die. But he's like, oh, I'm cocaine. It's like, yeah, okay, we get it. You're a wacky, character. You're wacky. We get it.
Yeah, I mean, like I like Will Ferrell in some things, but yeah, it's too. I think he could have played it a little more restrained, a little differently, and I didn't laugh at any of his parts, honestly.
No.
But yeah, I had the same thought as you about the interview stuff because they're going from place to place looking for people to interview, but we don't spend much time on the interviews at all. So we might see one question or two questions from a subject, and then we're moving on with the movie. And
then there's like usually it's like maybe 3 to 6 minutes on the Between Two Ferns show, and this is like you said, it's like one question, and it's like, and they have like the same kind of gag where it's like, oh look, he wrote his name down wrong, which I think is funny, and the variants are funny in this movie, but it's just like what I really want to see are like if this was just like 10 interviews slapped together, I would be more than happy to see that. I don't necessarily want to see it in like a fictional kind. I don't want to see the world outside of Between Two Ferns.
Yeah, and that's the thing is the world outside of Between Two Ferns is not super interesting to me.
I mean, it's like, oh, he's really obsessed with his ferns, and it's it's not interesting.
And the other characters that were brought in, Carol Hatch, his producer, Cam, the camera guy, and then I can't remember the name of the sound girl, but the three other characters that were brought in, it's like it doesn't do anything for me. I mean, like their characters weren't super compelling. Like none of their characters were super compelling. None of them got very much like character development. Even Zach Galifianakis' character doesn't really get much character development, other than the fact that I want this network show, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a very thin premise for a movie. I mean, obviously, there's like a bunch of great classical movies like that, like Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back is a road movie where I mean, but it doesn't get boring. Like the characters are fun. Like I mean, really, the strength is the interviewing and like the character that Zach Galifianakis, which is just like a character of himself, is like this really kind of awkward person, that just has no like filter, which we see a little bit of. I mean, in the few little interviews we see. Yeah, and
so one of the, like you were talking about how they, like he does the name wrong and everything. It's like a little sight gag thing. One of them that he did that I actually thought was really funny was the Benedict Cumberbatch thing. So I've heard this joke. This joke's basically been driven into the ground because I've heard people make this joke about his name and like saying his name wrong and stuff so often. And this is the brilliance of what Zach Galifianakis can do sometimes. Zach Galifianakis has got a piece of paper that ostensibly has Benedict Cumberbatch's name on it, and he's trying to read it. He looks like the words are attacking him.
Yeah, that was a really funny scene.
And that's what sells it. Like, that's the thing that he put into it that most people don't, that sold that joke. And I was like, okay, that's new and fresh. That's something different from it's almost become a trope. Benedict Cumberbatch's name is weird and hard to say, but, that added something new to it. And I was like, okay, I like that. And then the other joke that I had to pause the movie because I was laughing so hard was when he was talking to Chance the rapper. And he's like, do you have any siblings? And he says, yeah, I have a younger brother who's also a rapper. And he goes, is his name Community Chest the rapper?
Yeah, that was funny.
I don't know why, but that struck me as so funny. And I couldn't stop laughing, so I had to pause the movie. And that's sort of kind of towards the beginning-ish of the film. And I was like, okay, maybe this will exceed my expectations, but then it never really quite gets there.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't terrible, but I mean, again, it was like more like a very kind of thin premise for a movie. It's like, yeah, I would have loved to see 10 new interviews. That would have been fine, even if it was like an hour long. I love that Between Two Ferns is great.
Yeah, I like the show a lot too, and this, like you said, the strength of the show is sort of the characterization of this guy's clueless. He doesn't really know much about celebrities. He doesn't care. It's like bringing them down a peg too. So it's sort of like satisfying on that level as well. But the rest of this is a very bog standard road trip movie. And it would be. I think it would have been okay. It would have been better. Like the movie wasn't terrible. I didn't hate the movie. It was somewhat humorous throughout. There were somewhat funny parts.
Yeah, there are definitely funny parts throughout it.
But I think it would have been better if the interviews were longer. Like the interviews were more like the central focus of the movie, and the road trip aspect of it was the really cut down part. That would have, because this movie was structured very traditionally. There was a very clear first act, a very clear second act, a very clear third act. There's the point where the hero's at their lowest, everyone's fighting, and they break up, and things seems like things will never be right again, and then they come back together, and then they succeed, and all this stuff. It's a very traditionally written story and plot, but it's just that's typical for a comedy, because you want sort of a simple, very easy to follow narrative for a comedy as a framework to hang a bunch of very funny jokes on. But the kind of jokes that they do the best are in the interviews, and that's the smallest part of the movie.
Right.
Now, there is one part, I had this thought when I was watching the movie, and I so wish they'd done this. I don't think of things like this often, but there, at one point, Zach Galifianakis is running out of money to fund this road trip that he's doing with his friends. So instead of staying in a hotel, they go to an abandoned campground. And I had this idea in my head. They have one more person to interview, which turns out to be Peter Dinklage. But they go to this campground, and I thought to myself, this will be the greatest movie ever if for the last 20 minutes it just turns into a slasher film.
Yeah.
with like Jason Voorhees just murdering all of the people that he's with, the producer and the camera guy and everything, and then Jason is the last interviewer or last interviewee. He just like interviews him. I would have loved that, and I think that would have totally made the movie. They don't do that, but I thought that would have been great. Because I could just see him sitting down there after he's killed everyone, like the last part of the movie, the last scene, like the last scene of the film is like some dude in a hockey mask sitting there with a bloody knife in his hand, and Zach Galifianakis being like, so you something about his mom or something like that, I mean, they could write, some so that they would have been hilarious if they would have done something like that.
Yeah, I've had an idea for a long time. I thought it'd be funny if a sketch would be like a talk show host interviewing like the brothers of movie serial killers, Ted Kruger.
That is funny. Ted Kruger.
Because if you see that when they're like, oh, my family member is a serial killer or that sort of thing.
I love it. Oh my God. Oh, Jack Voorhees.
Right.
Oh, that's good. Oh, so, I mean, if you want to check the film out, if you got Netflix, it's not costing you anything. It's short. It's I think it's like an hour 20 or something like that.
Yeah, it's not very long.
It's pretty breezy. But it's, like I said, I mean, I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I was just like, it's, it's fine. There were some parts that were good. Most of it was just sort of very standard fare, but there were a couple pretty funny lines, but it just...
Yeah, Zach Galifianakis is very funny. His
Yeah.
kind of wacky, off the wall comedy.
Some of the best parts were at the very end, in the end credits. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah, that was funny.
The outtakes. Yeah, that's that. Oh, Paul Rudd does have a very funny line where he asks Paul Rudd if he practices Judaism, and he says, "I don't practice it." And then there's a long pause, and he goes, "I perfected it."
Yeah, that was good.
But yeah, I mean, so and that's the thing, is those parts and those things, those interactions are funny, but we don't get to see much of it because of the framework of the story, the way the story is built, and it's just like you said, you can't get around the fact that this dude having a North Carolina public access show, it's just not that interesting. Although I will say, I almost forgot the station manager, Cheryl.
Yeah.
With those big teeth. That is the best North Carolina. I believe Zach Galifianakis is from North Carolina. It's better than his accent. That's the best North Carolina accent I've ever heard in my life. Because that is exactly what most people sound like from North Carolina.
Yep.
Oh, it was fantastic. But yeah,
it was okay. I mean, if you miss it, you're not really missing out on anything.
Right.
Very brief snippets of interviews were. I mean, they're all in the preview, pretty much.
I would suggest just going and watching Between Two Ferns, the show on Funny or Die.
Yeah, it's very funny.
Because that's a humorous show, and it's honestly it's better than this movie.
Right.
But that is our episode for the week. I don't know, do all the stuff that we'd love you to do. Tell friends for sure. If you tell more friends about the show, then more people will listen to the show. The more popular we become, and the sooner we can take over Disney and the world.
Yep.
And if you want merch from the show, you can go to bigheadsmedia.com, go to the shop, look for Massive Late Fee or Retro Late Fee, because the Retro Late Fee's got merch too. You can check out, we got shirts, we've got women's shirts. We're going to have cell phone cases and mugs and stuff like that pretty soon. But, I think the
banana hammocks.
Exactly. The shirts are only like $15. They're pretty reasonably priced. And you can check those out, there at bigheadsmedia.com.
Yep.
All right. Have a good day. We will see you next week. Bye.
See you next time.